Great Debaters Contest is brought to you by Safaricom M-Pesa.
Hello and welcome to the Great Debaters Contest. We're in Mombasa region and I am Austin Nyambok.
And of course, for Mombasa County, we have only the best of the best. Alfarsy goes versus Shimo tewa, and they are debating on whether mobile banking is a better avenue for saving than conventional banking. We'll have the debaters take the stage now. First proposer, you have 3 minutes.
I'm Fatma Jaffer, representing Sheikh Abdul Alfarsy girls, proposing the motion, mobile banking is a better avenue for saving than conventional bank. Mobile banking is a system that allows customers from a financial institution to do transactions through their mobile devices. This is like paying bills, saving, and sending money, and etc. Mobile banking, it has recently been noted that it has been earning currency by gaining 824 million transaction valued at 2.1 trillion shillings. Recently, according to the central bank, mobile banking in Kenya in the past half of this year has made 2.1 transaction. Why are we gaining so much saving in this mobile banking? This is due to the interest earned from the number of subscribers that mobile banking has. With mobile banking, there is a follow-up in which is very fast, and we can kill corruption in this. If bribery is done by mobile banking, it's easy to catch up on it and make trends and follow it up than conventional banking, which is made by cash, in which is next to impossible to follow up. Don't you want to kill corruption in our country? Don't you want to live in a peaceful country without corruption? In 2013, the United States Treasury estimated that if all countries transform from physical banking to the new mobile banking, it will save 1% of its gross domestic product. In Kenya, that value is equivalent to 55 billion shillings, enough to pay the new teacher's salary. So mobile banking is a way to go. Thank you.
Opposition, you have 3 minutes to give us your opening statements.
As much as they say that boys are colorblind, but black and white ain't colors that need to be exposed so much for us to have a vivid look of what is projected before us. Before you is Gakucha Kasim Rashid from the Shimo tewa High School, ready to oppose the motion that goes that mobile banking is a better avenue for saving than conventional banking. Thank you. Conventional banking. Conventional banking is a banking system which enables the financial transaction to be done within the banking premises. My colleague here said that there are like 2 billion transactions that have taken place over the gross period of like 2 years in mobile banking. If I may ask him, how many transactions have conventional banking taken in this country since when it started? Thank you. Clients and customers in conventional banking are advised of the best way, of the best loans, of the best mortgages to take. For instance, take an example of a person going to a bank to take a loan to build a house. He may be advised, no, don't take this loan, go and take a mortgage. It is way better than taking a loan to build a house. So conventional banking is better than mobile banking through the know your customer system that is present in the banks. Conventional banking plays a very key role in the economy of this country. Let's see, when we embrace mobile banking, how many people will go unemployed? How many Kenyan individuals will go unemployed if we embrace the mobile banking system? So we need to embark on the old conventional banking for us to save those millions of Kenyans who will be unemployed as a result of mobile banking. Assure security to customers. Banks ensure that they are insured by insurance company in case of any risk. There are cyber crimes which are rampant in this technological world. There are so many cyber crimes. Someone can hack into your phone system, gets your PIN and enters into account and takes your money. But the moment you have kept your money in a bank, in case of fire, the bank has been insured against that risk. In case of robbery, the bank has been insured against that risk. So you'll be restored back to your financial position. Thank you.
We'll now hear rebuttals, beginning with the proposers. You have 3 minutes.
I'm Stephanie Ngaya from Alfarsy. And I'd like to say first, I don't think it's true if you're saying that banks are insured. Also, mobile banking is insured. It's a business, and I believe a good businessman insures his or her company. And the second point you said about that you can be insured or given back the money or compensated. But I believe that Nationwide has offered a fact that if a person loses or any money lost through illegal ways can be gained back. According to the legislation laws, it states that if you mobile transaction that and you're conned out of your money, you can get it back. And then you were asking how much we've made about the 825 transaction. It's over the past half year, 825 transaction made by mobile banking has created a 2.1 million. And conventional banking, which has made less than 825 million transaction, has an average of 1.2 trillion. And sorry, it's 2.1 trillion and 1.2 trillion. So mobile banking is saving more than conventional banking. And on matters of employment, I do believe that a means of mobile banking is like M-Pesa offers, and all M-Pesa retailers, those are people being given employment. Another thing is that in Africa, we have 40% people owning bank accounts. And in the same Africa, we have 60% and more owning mobile phones. How many more people are going to save using mobile phones than with their banks? And how much more are they going to save if they use their mobile phones? If you have, I believe even our judges here are using their mobile phones right now. So I believe they can even be doing like a saving or checking. And banks, I don't think they're really convenient in that you see banks, if you're saving, even if the saving account is free to open, you're always charged. Why are you charged to check your own account? Why are you charged to maintain the bank account? I mean, that money you could have used that money to put it back into your bank. You could have used it when you're saving the money, you could have put it into your phone and you could have saved more. There's also, if you save with your phone, there's a percentage that is added to you. And I am a living testimony because I have an aunt in Germany and she sent me school fees. So the money was there and it was saved after being paid school fees, and the money still remained. So thank you.
Opposition will hear your cross-examination. You have 3 minutes as well.
I'm Simon, and I'm hereby standing before the audience to oppose this motion that says mobile banking is a better avenue than conventional banking. As we know, banking, it is an activity that many civilized beings opt to do in this contemporary society. And with that reason, as we look at the conventional banking, it has got so many benefits that everybody needs to embrace them in terms to push our country, to make our country be better in terms of economic growth. Conventional banking have got so many benefits, as I said earlier. And one of the benefits that we get from conventional banking, as we see, banks preserve valuable assets, for example, jewelries and very essential documents. Or else, to the mobile banking, this service is not available. The jewelries cannot be preserved. The essential documents cannot be preserved. But here in conventional banking, we have this service, which is a very essential. And to add on that, we get the wills of their clients or the wills of their customer, they're being preserved. This assists in the society at large, in our country or in other countries, because the will assists in terms of family disputes. Because we have seen cases whereby due to family disputes in terms of inheritance, in terms of ownership, they cause death. But with this conventional banking, they give that opportunity to preserve these wills and execute them execute them with the customer or the client is dead. And therefore, it helps the society, it helps the family to solve these family disputes in terms of wills, in terms of ownership, in a civilized manner. Because what I tend to believe, as Kenya, we are civilized. And it is a dream of everybody to be civilized, because that is what we need to be as a country. And therefore, I want to register my sincere gratitude to everybody that has been embracing this conventional banking. And I want to encourage everybody, inside here and outside, to use this system of conventional banking because it is of benefit in our lives. Thank you.
We as students, when we are in school and we are broke, our parents can send money through M-Pesa and also pay school fees through M-Pesa. Wow, relax and enjoy M-Pesa.
Take part in the M Challenge by sending your short song, rap or poem about Safaricom M-Pesa on WhatsApp, and you could win 1,000 shillings in Safaricom airtime.
The audience has posed questions to the teams on stage. The proposers have been asked, is mobile banking really safe considering cases of identity theft or hacking? And the opposition have been asked, considering that we are now civilized, which is the better form, mobile banking or conventional banking? They'll be responding shortly. Proposer number 3.
The art here is not about earning money, but rather saving it. Our questions come. Who would like to earn money and not save much? And that is why Amina Ali Muhammad from Sheikh Abdullah Alfarsy is here to clarify that. A question was posed onto me. How safe is it if a friend of yours get into your account and try to withdraw some money? As I'll be answering it, do you know that without drawing at the meantime, while you are withdrawing the money, you have to give an identity card? I guess you are aware of that. Where will you get my identity card? You've withdrawn the money to your account, but if I claim it, I'll of course get it back. And I'm assured by the company I'm using, which is Safaricom, that if I claim my money is taken, then I can get it back. I have the message that I've sent money to a certain person. And it's not me who sent it, it's her who sent it, who might be my friend. But you cannot withdraw it, my friend. It's unless I give you my identity card. And again, I like to rebuttal on the point that it's not safe using the mobile banking. How assured are you that if you are withdrawing the money from the bank, no one is seeing you and no one is ready to attack you? And that is why we prefer using mobile banking, where no one knows how much you are withdrawing. Or is there anyone who can peep onto you and get to know how much you're withdrawing? Of course not. And with the conventional bank, you just have to go, step onto them and see, wow, they've withdrawn some amount of money. Or I see someone from the bank. Obviously, it's from withdrawing money, and I can hijack that person, of course. And that is why I prefer using mobile banking compared to conventional banking, my dear friends. It's comfortable using mobile banking, actually, where you don't need to travel. The money you will be using for traveling to access the account where you have to get into the bank, you will, of course, use it to save it. You've saved the money. And if you take the same amount of money, keep it in the bank first, you will save it. And secondly, you will earn from what you saved. And that is why I'll say, instead of going to the bank, the transport you'll be using, take it, keep it in your mobile bank. And there you will earn a saving.
where it's much more compared to conventional banking. And that is why we are told, if all the people agree. Thank you.
Opposer number 3, you may respond to the audience.
My name is Brian Onyinkwa. I'm here to oppose the motion. First, let me start by saying that if a snake fails to show its venom, then fools are always going to use it to tie firewood. A person asked me a question about which of the two systems of banking is more civilized. Let me give you an example of an athlete, Samuel Wanjiru. When this man died, his case was solved in a more civilized manner. So, looking at civilization and looking about modernity, which would you go for? Of course, civilization. You know, one person said that every ceiling upon reaching becomes a floor on which each and every one of us can walk under prescriptive rights. There is nothing reinvigorative to human beings, such as realizing that you have the full authority over your own money. Imagine realizing an interest on your own money without having to put one leg in front of the other in form of labor. Isn't that wonderful? Or maybe you're wondering how. I will tell you, refer from your mathematics about the simple interest and compound interest. Maybe you can understand that. Well, I know it is a rule among all ladies that a yes means a no, and a no means a yes, and the vice versa. But I want to tell you, whether it is a yes or a no for conventional banking is the deal. You either like it or love it. It facilitates foreign exchange. Let it not be said that I did not educate you, my fellow proposers, that the only medium of foreign exchange that we have in our country is conventional banking. With an iota of decency, allow me to say that our maturity as Kenyans, our maturity as in citizens of this country won't be determined by the number of years that we live in this country. It will be determined by the acceptance of responsibility. And let me say that with acceptance of conventional banking, we have accepted to be accountable for our own maturity. Our responsibility, your responsibility, my responsibility as a Kenyan is Vision 2030. In conventional banking, we do believe that when others are sitting, we are supposed to be standing. When others are standing, we are supposed to be outstanding. And when others think that they are outstanding, we are supposed to become the stand measure. Thank you.
We'll now hear closing submissions. Proposition, you have a minute.
Stephanie Ngayo, I'm just here to say that, are we going to let change come and push us along the way? Or are we going to create this change ourselves? It's high time we create this change and move. Let's take our country to a higher notch. As I leave this stage, I'd like to say, by 2030, mobile banking will have moved and improved by 2 billion people. Where will we be? Will we still be following our old norms, conventional banking? Thank you.
Opposition, you also have a minute.
Let us not be like the prodigal son who never saw her mother while young and ends up blaming his father for having wasted his dowry because her mother is aging. Let us look at the benefits that conventional banking has brought to our country. Let us not forget about the beauty that our father saw in our mothers. That's why he paid dowry for them and end up looking at the aging women we are seeing today. He was not wrong when he chose her. Conventional banking has brought more benefits in this country. Look at the infrastructure. Look at the sponsorships that so many students are given by these banks. Let us support conventional banking and get rid of this mobile banking. Thank you, and may God bless you.
It was a fair presentation from both teams. We really need to work on our styles of presentation. We need to add a lot, and also on our researches. We need to work a lot on that and ensure that after the research, write down the source. This information, I got it from this particular source. And also the time when you got the information. Maybe 2010, 2015, it could be a difference. I think somebody mentioned something about by 2030, and I will ask myself, is that your own imagination, or are you referring to some research done by somebody? So please, Always give credence to the information and cite your sources in the course of your presentations. It was a fair debate, but it can be made better.
Essentially, what you were supposed to do was show us that mobile banking is actually a better avenue for saving than conventional banking if you're proposing the motion. And if you're opposing the motion, then you should have told us that conventional banking is actually a better avenue for saving as compared to mobile banking. I think the challenge for both teams is that, your understanding of the term saving was not explained, and so you're not able to break down the motion in such a way that it makes sense. All the best to the two teams.
Shimo la tewa, the judges awarded you 59%. Please give them a round of applause. And with a 1 point difference, Alfarsy, the judges awarded you 60%, making you the winners of this debate.
Very well, we appreciate the teams for such a spirited effort, and as all good things come to an end, this is the end of the show. I'm Austin Nyambok.
And I am Mariam Bishar. Remember to follow us on Twitter at Great Debaters EA and on all our other social media platforms. And of course, we thank our sponsors, Safaricom M-Pesa and KBC Channel 1. We'll see you next time.
The Great Debaters Contest was brought to you by Safaricom M-Pesa.